Good evening and welcome. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir, and I am gathered together with these amazing women to play some Dungeons and Dragons tonight. And I'm going to kick right off by thanking Mega Murph for continuing to sub to the channel for 5 months now. Indeed, we will be rolling for initiative probably at some point. And then I'm going to replay this alert that came in. For context, the alert triggered less than 60 seconds after I posted new merch to the store, because we have the character art you can see around the different frames that is in the store now. I have a composite of the entire party from our game tonight. Hold on. Words are hard when you're sober. The entire party, we have the entire cast now, is on a t-shirt as the Troll Skull Irregulars. And then I'm working on some other merch to tie in some other things with the characters. Up to and including the tagline, I work out so I can do the things my Dungeons and Dragons character does. Which I want to polish that just a bit. And thank you for the cheers. We appreciate that. Every little bit goes in the Book of Fate. And then, since we're talking about it, poink. Every time we get 100 bits in the Book of Fate, the party gets to re-roll one die. And I'm going to start them with... Whoop, you don't need to see all that. I'm going to start them with 200 just to kind of level the playing field to start the night off. While I'm doing that, let's go around the table and introduce everybody. It's been a minute since this group got together. So who are you? Do we find you somewhere online that's interesting? Who are you playing tonight? And what has that character been doing hanging out in a combination tavern and bed and breakfast for the last couple of days? Because that would be Troll Skull Manor. Rather than being returned to its original glory of a brothel, the party has decided instead to turn into a bed and breakfast and party place. Which was mentioned in yesterday's game of Candlekeep. The party actually stays at the Troll Skull Manor overnight, although they're not going to stay there until the spring. So hopefully this campaign ends in a way that y'all don't end up with the tavern being burned down again, because otherwise we will have broken space-time, and that would be awkward.
Not to mention our hearts.
Indeed.
Put a lot of work into that.
Indeed.
That business.
We're going to start off with, we're going to go counterclockwise around, starting with Arwen.
Hi, I'm Arwen. I am playing Chrysanthemum Coriolis, the halfling trickster. And I don't know if it's interesting, but you can find me on Instagram at Chelsea of the Cross. And I think Chrysanthemum is just so much about the like B&B atmosphere. She wants to make sure she meets everybody who comes through those doors. She's the one who's like weaving in and out amongst the tables, chatting people up, getting stories. Where are you from? What brings you here? And once she's got a pint or two in her, she can frequently be found on the table, dancing along to whatever music is being played.
As halflings do.
As halflings do.
As halflings do. All right. Ari, you're up.
Hey, I'm Akio Eri. You can find me on Twitch sometimes, all the times. I am playing as Sharkira, the Dark Elf Wizard, and I feel like since we have opened the B&B, that Sharkira is just laying across a chaise lounge, or a chase lounge, if you will. She's got a giant Bloody Mary with 7 pieces of bacon in it, and she's just, waving at people as they come by. She'll talk to people, but she's been sitting there, like, lounging for a long time, looking out the window, people watching. It's her favorite.
Sounds good. Chickadee.
Hi, I'm Chickadee. You can find me on Twitter with the name Less of Chickadee. I post mostly just streaming and random nonsense and kickboxing content because I love kickboxing. And let's see, I play Raylona, and she was probably helping people out, patching little chores and fixing things up, and then making sure chrysanthemum doesn't fall off the table.
Appreciated.
And that brings us around to last but not least. Liz was actually played in this game before she introduced herself. She played through the first couple parts of Dragon Heist in a short 3-session that I ran last summer. So her character already has once recovered the Troll Skull Manor. So in this semi-parallel universe, she just thinks she helped restore it. I'll let you do the rest of your own introduction.
Hi, I'm Liz, and you can see me on Motor City Irish Dance Facebook pages, and I'm not sure what all else we have going on that I think Rob is supposed to be getting us on more out there. I don't know, but so I'm playing Lorelei, and I'm a half-elf rogue swashbuckler, and my primary goal in life at the moment is to annoy my elven family because they're such snobs, and I was never quite thin enough or petite enough or elven enough for them. And so now my goal is to just embarrass the daylights out of them. So I parade around as an entertainer. And so I play and sing and seduce men, all in order to just offend the heck out of my family. It's kind of my goal in life.
Love it.
My plan.
Perfect.
Surprise, Rob.
I have nothing to follow that up with. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir, and I get to play everybody else at the table, which is some of the fun. And then I'm here a ridiculous amount of time. So, but as long as Mrs. Noir hasn't actually started complaining about it, I will continue to do it. Personally, I think she prefers it because it gives her more time to read.
That's valid.
Okay, one more bit of housekeeping. If you want to get in on the fun, I believe I have these turned on. Now they are. If someone has taken over the moment and you would like to accent them on the stream, that's the command to do it. You can simply toggle it and it will pop the camera onto that person. So you can be a part of the stream on top of cheering and supporting them with rerolls. You can also be part of the stream production itself. And over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to add some more doohickeys and wuzzies into those commands. But I stumbled into the camera control ones, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to play with that. That's a fun one. So there's that. So previously, he said, waiting for the rogue to get back. Previously, the party has, well, they got themselves a tavern and bed and breakfast, which was great until someone let off a fireball against the wall of it. Some members of the party that were not either too inebriated to go check on it, or too distracted to go check on it, or simply not present to check on it, went out to investigate. The investigation led to the fact that there had been a nimblewright, or a mechanical man, who fled the scene in one direction, as well as someone had grabbed something off of one of the dead bodies and run off also in a similar direction. Using what was called a nimblewright detector, they tracked the nimblewright to a villa in the northern ward, specifically Gralhund Villa. He said, double checking to make sure he pronounced that right, because nothing is simple around here. Yes, Gralhund Villa. The party that had gotten that far headed back to the inn to kind of reconnoiter and discuss what could be done. The druid was a little too winded. The archer thought perhaps he was going to beat the pavements and see if he could get some more information about the nimblewrights themselves and where they might be found, what creates them, and leaving it to these four to actually go attempt to get into Gralhund Villa and find the mysterious nimblewright and what may have been stolen in that fiery blast. So tonight, it's a bit of a caper. Did I miss anything from those that were around last time?
I think you hit everything. I'm trying to think. But
We'll start with, do we approve the minutes as submitted?
yep, we'll do that.
Okay, if we do not need to amend the minutes, are there questions?
Were there 2 beings that ran off, or with just one?
The nimblewright, who took off on the rooftops, and some man who grabbed a pouch off of a body also ran off. Both of which headed towards the north wards.
What body?
One of the people killed in the blast.
And no one followed him?
They lost him.
Okay.
There is like 2 feet of snow everywhere.
So really, how do you lose someone in 2 feet of snow? Just saying.
Fair
You're in
point.
Florida and you get 2 feet of snow. Everything shuts down. So
Okay.
Well, if you have a hard time seeing over the snow drifts,
That's fair. That's very fair.
Right.
As our halfling
Well,
does.
maybe the snow was currently falling and filled in the tracks before they got back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or it was that kind of like really grainy kind where like you step in, you step out, and it just flows right back in where your foot was.
yeah.
Right.
Some of my favorite, or you get that crunchy kind that if you're light enough you can run across the top, but if you're
There you
not, it's
go.
just like knee deep with each step.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, everyone thinks it's weird that the Eskimos have 17, or the Inuit, I should say. I apologize. The Inuit have 17 different words for snow. We just lack their creativity.
Right. We just have to
Fair.
describe each type instead of saying a one-word description.
Like I said, the French are not so romantic because they have like 10 words for love. They just know how to communicate. All right. If we're ready to go, I'm going to run the opening titles and we'll play some D&D. We'll start you off hanging out at the Gralhund Manor, at the Troll Skull
Skull.
Manor, discussing what your plan to get into the Gralhund Villa will be. And let's see, I push that button and then I push that one. All right. So what you do know from having done very basic recon and talking to the other members of the party before they went off to their other tasks, there are 3 possible points of entry. Well, 4 technically. The main entrance, which has an iron gate, the stable, where the family keeps their horses and carriage, a side door that probably leads directly to the kitchen, or if you're just truly daring, you can scale the 10-foot walls.
I'm going to
Or-
look at
I'm gonna vote for that
Chrysanthemum and
vote.
her heavy armor and think about scaling the walls and then just kind of keep that thought to myself.
Jarkira's
I mean, depending
gonna
on what's
say-
on the other side, you might be able to throw me over it.
Hey, there you go. I was gonna say, Sharkira she's thinking about sneaking through the kitchen to see if there's any more bacon.
I'd go along with that.
Sounds good.
Bacon logic.
I mean, I'll try.
I mean, throwing Chrysanthemum over the wall might be fun though.
Yeah. I'm not much of a sneaker, but I'll do my best. So,
I'd prefer throwing me if someone was on the other side already to catch me, because I
That's
don't
fair.
know.
That's
like,
fair.
Not it.
I don't know what I'm gonna land in.
Sharkira, you got this. You totally got
I can
this.
do it.
I'm
I
okay
mean,
with
maybe.
being thrown, just not blindly.
Here comes a mailed
There's
missile.
snow. You'll be fine.
Oh,
Well, you do have. Yeah, none of those are really useful for that. Never mind. You could. Shakira could possibly use Thunderclap in a way to cushion Chrysanthemum's fall. So you
There's
don't
a
have
thought.
to catch her. You just hit the Thunderclap in a way that it makes it an upward blast to keep her from hitting the ground too hard.
Ooh, that's interesting.
It theoretically
which
should
case-
work, but it will also sound like a clap of thunder. So maybe that's a terrible plan.
Oh,
Now, are
yeah,
the walls? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, are the walls just stone?
Yes.
Okay, so hypothetically, we could just push Chrysanthemum up to the top of the wall. She could sit there. I could go over, and then I could help her down the other side.
That works.
No spells wasted.
There we go.
Now, the DM is going to point out one small thing, though, to remember that you are attempting to break into a house in the wealthy district of Waterdeep.
This
Just-
is a good point.
Don't forget you're trying to break in to a noble family's estate.
This is a good point. Maybe
I'm not-
over the wall's not the best, not the way to go.
what time of day is it?
As of now, it is well past midnight, which means you could go under the cover of night if you had immediately, or you could wait for the morning to go and go by daylight. It's entirely up to you which way you want to go.
I feel like morning's probably gonna be more active over there.
That's possible. We've established I'm not great at sneaking
Hey, me too.
unless somebody carries me, in which case I probably don't want to be like the first one in.
Piggyback.
Piggyback works, but I meant more that I shouldn't be like the first person to go in.
I
and
made
look around
Relona.
because okay.
I made Relona, and I did not think she was going to become a mount, but I'm saying it works really well with the halfling.
It does.
Do we know anything about this family?
That's a great question.
I'm gonna go gossip gathering.
Take some time to ask around a little bit.
Yeah.
See if anyone. Are you going out and about? Or are you just going to kind of ping the regulars that are still imbibing at,
Well,
at
let's-
Waterdeep's latest and hottest B&B?
Do we have any individuals of that social circle in our establishment?
That's a-
Slumming, as it were.
That's an interesting question. Do you? There are a couple of would-be adventurers that are definitely putting on the airs of nobility, but you can tell everything that they have is cut a little bit too on the cheap. You know, that doublet, it looks like it's expensive, but you can see where the edges show that it's not really stitched right.
Came from Target.
Target, thank you.
Not in my neighborhood.
But you could ask around for just generic stuff, if that's kind of your role. Or you can hit the street for a while. Maybe head over to the North Ward and ask around and see if there's an open pub or bar to slip into.
What do you guys think? Are we good for waiting? It's a little early to go sneaking anyway. Take
Yeah,
a
I'm
couple
okay with-
hours and
I'm okay with maybe getting some information.
Cool. Give me a quick roll that investigation then. See
Is
what
it for everybody, or
anyone going off with Lorelei.
Go off with Lorelei, but I have to. find
If they
my
think
sheet.
that's a
how
good
does one
idea.
do that?
Roll investigation. Just click the box. Like that.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
Here it is. Okay.
the barbarian did better?
Well, I saw a very attractive man and got sidetracked.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just a little bit hungover apparently.
Yeah, based on those rolls, yes, that's pretty much exactly what happened. The four of you set out. You found a tea room that was still serving over in the North Ward. Maybe even we'll start with that. You know, people sitting around, discussing, and Lorelei, like, spots somebody. He's the guy that's in the know. He's handsome, broad-shouldered, very, very thin but very neat mustache. And after about 45 minutes, it realizes she's talking to somebody's valet. And the poor fellow has no clue that this is not who you were hoping to find. However, Sharkira is able to chat up somebody, and we'll say perhaps some time to talk to a young woman who's had some dealings with the family, and she will absolutely share, once she's had a bit more wine, that there have been so many rumors about the Gralhund family. They say that some of them are demons with tails. Oh, every third one, it seems, that's born at that house disappears off into the countryside to the family farm and estate. We all know they're sending them away because their demonic heritage is visible.
Where do I even start with that? All right.
But
Say they
more
disappear off to their family farm estate. Where is that located in Waterdeep as well?
Oh, no, it's very far away. You wouldn't want the Waterdavian families to see such things. Imagine the scandal.
Oh, wow. Well,
No reputable business will take their money now, you know. That's why they're in with the underground.
What is the underground?
You know, the gangs.
This family involved in some gangs?
Oh, yes, the Black Network.
What can you tell me about that?
You don't speak of the Black Network. They have people everywhere.
Sharkira's gonna slide a glass of wine across the table. Shay, tell me more, tell me more.
She happily continues to drink the wine that's being purchased for her, and she will continue to share that it's very well known throughout the North Ward that the Zents, or the Zentarium gang, has very tight connections with the Gralhund family. Everyone knows that's what happens, and that's where their money's coming from. Now, that is just one noble's opinion. That and the tail thing.
Where did the tail rumor come from? Has anyone actually seen this?
My sister's maid is quite sure that her cousin was there when one of the babies was delivered.
I see.
Tail and all.
Do I have any other companions with me, or is it just me speaking to?
We're all staring at the valet, I think.
I would say based on those roles, yeah. Yeah, the valet has everyone's undivided attention. Let's see. In particular, come on, load faster. Yeah, but for them, I mean, you could wave somebody over to join you if you'd like to get another opinion on this conversation.
I'm probably over there, but probably getting a little bored, so I'm just kind of like looking around. If you try to get my attention, I'll come over.
Yes,
No.
Caden is, though, he's speaking a good game about proper. At this point now, he's well into proper care and breeding of horses.
Chrysanthemum's over it. I'm just
mustache.
standing there because I don't want to be rude. I'm just like looking for an excuse to Walk away.
He's not your type. He's kind of tall.
He's kind of tall. I don't have that great attention span anyway.
Well, I think Sharkira's gonna over at Chrysanthemum.
I'll come trotting over. Pop myself up on a chair. Hey, Sharkira, who's your friend?
I already forgot her name.
Are we whispering? Hi, I'm Chrysanthemum. It's nice to meet you. What's your
That
name?
was silent whisper to you.
Naomi.
Naomi.
Naomi Grady.
Naomi Grady. It's nice to meet you. I'm going to write that down.
Yep.
So am I.
I'm gonna go find a bottle.
Naomi Grady.
But yes, it's everyone knows that the Gralhund family is involved in shady dealings. Wow. You're buckling up for the heck of a night, aren't you? Jeez.
It's ready for shenanigans.
Had to. Opportunity.
I only have a tiny glass this time.
I was waiting for this big goblet to come out.
No, that's
Like
for different
sacrificial goblets.
nights. That's for weeknights.
Oh, it's
For my
right.
after-school snack.
Yep. As long as there are tests, there'll be prayer in public school, and as long as there are tests, liquor stores will be well stocked. Naomi doesn't have much more unless you have a particular question you want to ask.
I'm trying to think. I haven't been here for very long. I was going to ask if there's usually a lot of people coming and going, but that might seem kind of suspicious.
Well, I mean, you were just talking about how people were disappearing. So
That's true. So
maybe
are
not that
there
suspicious.
are there a lot of them that live there?
Oh, I think, well, it's the Lord Gralhund and his wife and their bodyguard. And I think they have 3 children. And of course, a staff. So, I mean, I wouldn't imagine how many people it takes to run a house of that size. We have 3, but ours is a very small, a humble abode. It would be ostentatious for us to have more than 3, even if we could afford them. And then of course their guard. I mean, they are a family of some repute. They're not going to simply leave everything out for anyone to wander in.
Sure. They probably got a lot of guards to cover a place like that.
Oh, well, I'm not entirely sure how many one would have. I mean, we make do again a humble estate, and I believe most of our staff can handle themselves in the fight if they have to.
Interesting. So do you know the family personally?
Oh gosh, no. No, I would never deem to. Like I said, they have so many. I mean, everyone knows they're connected with unsavory characters.
Like who?
I was just telling your friend.
Oh, sorry. I missed that part.
Everyone knows they're in with the Zentario.
The Zentaria. Sorry, I'm trying to write things down.
Same. Aside from the people that have been disappearing, do we ever see the family?
Oh,
out
of
in
course.
public?
They still try to make appearances when appropriate and the weather permits. Obviously, there aren't many appearances at this time of the year. But they still try to maintain it. And of course, one must be polite, even if it's well known that one needn't be. You simply can't ostracize someone for rumors of misbehavior.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, that's very
But we all
open-minded
know.
of you.
Was there something else, perhaps?
No, I don't think so. I'm new to the area. Just kind of wanted to hear about some of the locals.
Well, I appreciate that a chance to visit, and thank you so much for the drinks. But it is getting late, and I should probably get home.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. It was great to meet you.
She politely excuses herself, leaving the four of you to kind of gather up and quickly compare notes.
We're like,
Well, I'm going to invite Caden the Handsome to come by Troll Skull anytime, and then join my friends as they seem to have finished their conversation.
Okay. He will happily, like, you could see him thinking it through, and he's like, yeah, yes, of course. And he slips off.
And okay, got anything? I got nothing. He was handsome, but he doesn't.
Well, what we got seemed to be quite a bit of speculation on this family. There's rumors of them, members of the family disappearing because they're demons, that some of them were born with tails.
And also that the property's guarded.
Yes. Not
So I
sure
think
if
going
it's
over the
heavily
wall is
guarded.
probably not the best idea.
Probably not. Probably. Good choice on that one. Good call. So I think we would definitely have to be very, very sneaky. To infiltrate
Or
this.
have a diversion.
Or a diversion. I like that idea.
You said the stables were close to the wall? Did we know this?
A quick casing of the joint will reveal the map that's up on the Owlbear Rodeo, where the stables.
Oh, there it is.
The stables are the outbuilding, and there's.
Doesn't want to let me in.
Are you sure?
No, I need to look at the password again. Perhaps I've done it wrong.
Because there's 4 people that are in.
Oh, probably I need a capital letter.
Yes.
And there it is. Thank you.
Yay. But there's a front door, and the stables are the outbuilding, and there's a little side door right there.
Yeah.
Stable doors, and of course the main entrance to the front door. Or if you really feel crazy, you can attempt to get onto the roofs of a neighboring house and get over the wall that way.
Discreet.
Well, that's fine for me, but that's not going to really work for everybody.
No, but if you could get in and open a door somewhere, if you could,
Maybe the side door?
yeah, that might be helpful.
That would be a great plan.
Maybe maybe
Wonder-
Sharkira and I could create a diversion,
That's what I was thinking.
get you over the wall.
Should we create just an outright crazy diversion, which Sharkira is heavily leaning towards, or do we just simply go through the main entrance and say hello? And
I
visit,
mean-
if they'll let us in anyway.
No, I don't think they're going to let us.
I
in.
know it's not really the barbarian way, but it can't hurt to try. We're gonna end up sneaking in either way, so
I think I can go in over the roof. And there, it looks like there's a door right between the stables, like right in, just inside the wall from the side door. Is that a door there?
Right there?
No, that looks like a stable door, perhaps, in the main house,
That
straight
door?
across. That
Yep.
is that a door?
Probably.
Because I can go in that door and then open the side door. That's my thought.
So,
That sounds
Over the
doable.
roof, across
Over
the
the
yard.
roof, onto the stable roof, down
Ah,
along this. behind this hedgerow to that little side door. In the side door to in the right, that door.
And hopefully there's nothing here. That's your
Well, I
hope.
mean, it's probably servant land, so I might have to tiptoe over some sleeping servants.
Yeah, what
That's
could go
my
wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
Well, if you think that way, you may as well just stay at home.
Okay, so we'll put we'll put a Lorelei up there.
Well, but hang on. Are we doing this right now, or are we waiting?
What about 3 a.m.?
Okay.
I'm just putting tokens on the board right now. No one's committed to
Okay.
anything. I'm just prepping.
Okay. I'm like, wait.
I'm just prepping.
Are we moving?
Relax. Relax.
So, Chrysanthemum was kind of drunk last week, so she's a little bit fuzzy. What are we looking for? We're looking for the nimblewright, or are we just looking around for anything suspicious?
I mean, anything suspicious, but if we find the nimblewright, that would be great.
The
Okay.
nimblewright is somewhere in this complex.
Okay.
The rest of the team has already gone all around and said, yep, that nimblewright that was there when they blew up our tavern, sort of. Tavern's actually pretty okay. Is somewhere in here.
Okay.
Did they tell us where they entered the complex?
They didn't see it. They were using a magic device to hone in on it.
I'm just wondering if maybe I should check the stables first. I don't know. Do you let nimblewrights in the house?
They did over at the Crafters Guild.
Mhm.
So
They had one living in it. That's where this nimblewright came from. Another one made it so it wouldn't be so lonely.
Mm-hmm. All right then.
So is that the plan?
I think so.
Up, over, and in?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So girding yourselves against the cold. I'm guessing the plan is as shown on the map. You guys, the three of you, are going to set up shop near the side door. Lorelei's going to sneak over, scale this wall, run across the roof, and in through the side door.
Yes.
That
That's the
tracks?
plan.
All right. I'm first going to need an athletics check to scale that wall.
Athletics.
Athletics.
All right then.
No problem. Handhold here, something over there. It is not that hard to get up and over. He said triple checking to make sure he has that number. I think 15 should be fine, or 14 should be fine. I'm also going to need a stealth check so that the residents of the house that you're climbing on the roof of don't hear anything suspicious.
Not the most quiet I've ever been.
Clack, 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 skitter, skitter, like a chunk of tile of shingles slides off the roof as you walk across it.
You're
Freeze.
warming up. You're warming up.
Crouch down and freeze and be quiet for a good 5 minutes.
Shifting of snow, right? Okay, give me one more stealth check to make that jump onto the roof without alerting anyone.
Can I do acrobatics? Or stealth is to be quiet. Never
Stealth
mind.
is to be quiet. The jump's not
Got you.
hard. We just
Got
want
you.
to see who
Oh,
you...
for fuck's sake.
Well, the good news is Dark Goose hooked you up with an add to a roll. We're going to kick that in here. And then normally future reference, that's after they roll, you can do that to give them a boost. But you did earlier. We're going to keep it in the bank there for that. Excuse me. Let's see. What have we got here? Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So there are those. And Lorelei slips across the roof and slides out right there.
Excellent.
So far, no muss, no fuss.
Alrighty.
So far, so good.
I'm going to. Is there space between the shrubbery and the wall?
Kind of like squeeze through that. Well, you can, but you'd be like,
Too rustly.
yeah.
Okay, then tiptoe across along close to the hedgery. The hedgery, is that a real word? It is now. To the door.
Right about there,
Oh no.
you
Uh-oh.
see something that catches your eye in this part of the pathway. It looks like the shadows created by what little moonlight there is on the snow are starting to linger and move in your direction.
Hurry. I'm going to hurry
Oh boy.
to the door.
You start to pick up space as two of the shadows rise up off the snow and take on the appearance of a pair of bull mastiffs
Ooh.
that both bay at you with silent cries and charge in your direction.
Oh boy.
Huh. Okay.
Oh, nope, that's way bigger. Well, yoink. Shrink down. Boink, boink.
Ooh.
Plan?
They're silent, yeah?
So far, they haven't raised any alarms.
Interesting.
Make a run for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a run for it.
Okay. Let's see. Let me just update this a little bit. Shump, 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 shump. All right, got that set. Double checking the door. You rush up to it, and hang on, I gotta see what I've trying to remember which is which. The door is unlocked.
Oh, thank God.
You throw the door
Enter.
open
Indeed.
and
I'm
charge
not gonna
inside.
throw it open. I'm gonna open it and slide through and shut it.
Okay. Boom. There you go. You are in a kitchen.
Any peoples in the kitchen?
There are no peoples in the kitchen.
All right. I'm gonna go to. Looks like there's a door that is to my left.
A door to the south. And what's left of the cooking fire has cooked down or burned down into just smoldering embers, throwing really long shadows up along the walls.
Creepy. Any shadows coalescing into massive guard dogs?
Now that you mention it, yes. As the shadows seem to creep up from underneath the door.
This is no fun. Okay, door to the south. Exit. Stage left.
Bink. Another just charge through the door.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Slam it shut.
Yes.
No problem. You slam the door shut behind you and take a moment to look around the room in which you find yourself. As you take a second to look around the space, you realize that you are having a hard time bracing the door as your boots are slipping in a puddle of blood, left by one of the two dead figures in the middle of the room. One is dressed neatly in a formal jacket, and the other is wearing an apron.
Oh my. Is something banging against the door?
No, but you can see shadows starting to creep out
Coming
from underneath
under.
it. Yeah, they're not really phased by the whole door thing.
Okay. I'm gonna pull off my scarf and jam it under the door.
Okay. That's a really clever idea. And
Does
if
it
they
have
were
any effect?
gaseous, it would have worked.
Oh.
I need you to roll me initiative now.
All right.
Everybody can roll if they'd like to.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Because at this point, you will hear the crying on the other side. You will hear something on the other side of the door. Boom. Combat. Well, that just ruins everything. My stream deck stopped responding.
Oh no.
Oh well. I can still make everything work without my stream deck. It's a lot less fun. Okay, so Chrysanthemum comes into the natural 20.
Woo!
I know, but I hate
Door's
going
still closed.
first.
Well, there's not a lot to do just yet.
Well, yeah. I know.
Shakira and Lorelei at 12. Bing.